So Federico, Bauma 2022, you must be very excited right now.
Well, actually we are. Actually I am, and all the companies, because after many years of being alone, sitting in an office or worse, in a house, contacting the whole world just behind the screen, it's very exciting for us to be here. A lot of people, we are meeting again, people coming from the whole world, and it's very good. Actually, the company is here with a large booth, and we are launching some new products, and also we're displaying a lot of our, let's say, traditional production. But of course, our mentality, our philosophy has always been quite engineering oriented. So actually all of our machines, even if they look the same, they do have always improved features inside. Actually, I would like today to get a better focus on the rotary cutter range. And we are, let's say, very proud of saying that currently we do have a range of rotary cutters with and without chain transmission in the middle, covering a range of excavators from 1.2 tons up to 70 tons. And for us, as you can understand, this is very challenging, very, sometimes very tough, but also at the end of the day, it allows us to say that we are maybe one of the best producers, manufacturers of rotary cutters in the whole world. The thing I like the most about our rotary cutters is that they are sort of unique engineering, because we've always been walking the road of inventing something. And actually, since the very start, we have started manufacturing the very first rotary cutters back at the beginning of the 21st century. And we've started from the start with the philosophy of the direct drive motor. So ours is the only one in the market, or was the very first one in the market, having the integrated motor. So the motor is right in the middle of the two cutting drums, and it's directly linked to the cutting drums themselves. And that's give us many advantages. So the very first one is that there is the power ratio is the highest in the market, because there is no gear reduction or belts or anything. Second one is that we do have less parts, and less parts that moving means less parts that can break down. And the third part, but to me probably is the most important, because I like to think the way the end user thinks. Our rotary cutter is zero maintenance. So every day the operator just have to turn up the engine of the excavator, just control the peaks of the machine, of the attachment, and that's it. You don't have to grease, you don't have to tension, you don't have to maintain anything in the daily life. And that makes the difference. From Bauma 2019 up to the current Bauma, the big thing has been that we've been improved our range of rotary cutters with a chain in the middle. Actually, you will see in our booth there is the TFC. It's called TFC because C means chain, 600. And this machine was not existing 3.5 years ago. The big advantage of having a rotary cutter with a chain in the middle is that you don't have a gap between the two drums. So actually, the cutting from is continuous, and you don't have to move the arm left and right to cover the blank zone.
One of the things that struck me about Simex, you've just mentioned 2019, Bauma 2019. Between then and now, we've obviously had COVID-19, we've had a pandemic, but Simex has continued to innovate and continued to invent and come up with new ideas and new concepts. How have you done that?
Yeah, look, I've been working with the company for almost 16 years now in a row, and what I've always seen is a constant and continuous investment in R&D. A dramatic change was done about 5-6 years ago when we split the engineering office. So currently we do have 2 engineering offices. One is a proper engineering dedicated to the improvement of the already existing machines, and the other one is an R&D office. So we have a group of engineers only working on new ideas and new solutions. And that was a big boost to our new ideas, because that means that new ideas, new prototypes, new experience, they are extremely faster than they were in the past.
With that R&D development, how much of that is based on customer feedback? You know, when you're speaking to your customers and they say, we would like that product, but we'd like it with this added extra. How much do you take that on board?
It's a crucial part. It's a central part of our job. Me, for example, I am a key account manager. I am an area manager, but a big part of my job is to stay some time on the field, spending time with the operators and the people working every day with our technologies or competition technologies. And I like to listen a lot to their feedbacks and their needs, because you know, these people, all of the people working in our sector, they always like to do the job faster, more accurate, more efficiently, and that's a continuous run. And so I think it's absolutely crucial, as I said, to heavily listen to what these people say, because they're the heart of our future development.
And how much do you work with the excavator manufacturers? You know, how closely do you watch what they're doing in terms of development? For example, things like electric machines. Do you have to modify your equipment to suit electric drive or possibly hydrogen drive?
Well, not that much at the moment, but we know this challenge is already on the table. The thing is that currently the electrical system hasn't impacted the hydraulic system a lot, but we know it's gonna happen. And as you will notice, we have also launched here on our booth too a special planner with and some electrical movements, which is an absolute brand new thing for us and for the sector itself. And but our R&D department is already heavily working and is very well oriented on that challenge, and we know it's going to happen from one day to another.
We've also seen some attachments manufacturers starting to embrace telematics, sort of remote monitoring of conditions and that kind of thing. Is that something that you're looking at?
Yeah, definitely. We've already thought about something similar. For example, you will see for the very first time in our booth, we do have a laser system technology on our largest planner, and this is also one of the first steps to have our attachments controlled from remote, to help our customers, for example, to work better, to maybe try to understand if their machine needs some maintenance, some updates, or anything that can help the customer to have a more accurate job.
Obviously, we're speaking at Bauma. What do you hope to achieve at this Bauma 22?
Well, you know, every time we leave for Bauma, everyone knows that we're gonna come back with a huge amount of new contacts. The thing everyone is looking at, I think, is among that big amount of new contacts, is to find a good percentage of really interested people, really interested new customers, but most of all, to try and look for new cooperators, because we always say that our customers, our dealers, they are more part of the company. They are not just customers, they are part of the company. So personally, one of my achievements is to try and find new partners to move some steps ahead together.
final question. When I've walked around this hall, we have Trevi Beni, we have Mantovani Beni, we have Italmec. Why are Italians so good at attachments?
Well, I think Italy has got a quite an attachment technology. I mean, I was born into what they call the Motor Valley. You know, my parents' house was 4 kilometers far from Lamborghini factory. I've been working for Ducati. Ferrari factory is also 20 kilometers from where I live. And I like to think every time I drive around my area, I split things into 2 or 3 big groups. One is automotive, second one is hydraulics, and third one is automatic machines. So we have, let's say, a heart beating in this sector, which is very strong, and I think it will continue for many, many years.
So do you have a Ferrari, a Lamborghini or a Ducati?
No, I just ride an old Vespa.
Proper Italian. That's absolutely fantastic, Federico. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.